And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. We are at the end game. Okay, so Smithy has two different targets, the body and the head. You want to attack the head. The head, I looked up off screen. The head has 8,000 HP. So let's do some number crunching for a moment, because why the heck not? We're in it for the long haul. So that turn, we did approximately 450 points of damage. So hypothetically speaking, if you do the math, that would be about 20 turns. So assuming we got that many attacks per turn, which we won't, but hypothetically speaking, it could take around 20 turns. It's gonna take a lot longer than that, most likely. The body basically gives them a double attack, but other than that, it's not worth going after because it's just he'll regenerate it anyway, so it's like, why bother? The head goes through several different forms, with different sorts of attacks. 378? So we just did like 500 points of damage that turn. Almost 600 actually. So that'll make up for that one dud of a turn. Yeah, I think this form might have lower defense, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, Spirit Attack. That attacks everyone, but it doesn't really matter because Peach has the Lazy Shell, so she'll be able to tank it pretty easily. Okay, so I think the tank also has a one-hit kill move, which is something to keep in mind. So the other forms are generally easier to fight, if I'm not mistaken. Dark Star, again. This is actually only a single target move, so the fact that Peach took 85 damage shows how tough Smithy can be, when even the Lazy Shell doesn't make a difference. We'll get another boss that's like that. Yes, there's another boss we're gonna fight after this. Actually two. There's like a ton of both bonus content I want to show as well, so we'll have like probably 3 more videos left after this. It switched to the exact same form, which is good for me because I like this form. It's actually generally, in my opinion, easier to take out. So we are gonna bust out the elixirs to try to get our party back to full, because our healing will not be sufficient. Actually, no, healing would have been more effective. So that was actually a bad move. You never know, though. That and Mario's actually in a much better condition right now, so I think I'm just gonna probably use a max mushroom. And if you're wondering why I have so many rock candies still and then toss them, I have my reasons. Here, swarm. Pretty standard stuff. Ow. This is totally expected though, to have at least one character fall. Bowser's also gonna go down next turn though. Let's see. This is such a weird final boss, because it kind of jumps the shark again, like I was saying before, because it feels very different than anything else in any other Mario game ever. Not saying that as a bad thing, I just find it very different and sort of, it stands out for better or worse. It's definitely unique, is what I'm saying. I think this form has the highest defense, if I'm remembering right, but I might not be. I didn't remember that Smithy's attacks were this powerful, actually. I mean, he is the final boss, so it makes sense that he'd do a lot of damage, but still, this is a lot more than I expected. Okay. That was the thing. He cast Silence, which is actually a good thing, because frankly, we're not using Mario or Bowser as mages, so it's irrelevant. Group Hug. Get back to hopefully full health. Tank again. Again, Tank, I think, does have a one-hit kill. So So as long as he doesn't do it on Peach, though, we should be in good shape for a little bit. No Mallow, so no Psychopath. So we have no idea how much health this guy has. That's one advantage of keeping Mallow around, is that you can see how much health all the enemies have. But I personally don't care. The only time I used it was, I think, against I used it like once or twice throughout the LP, just because I was like, holy cow, how many turns do we have left? Like King Calamari, I remember using it just because it's like, holy cow, this battle's going on forever. Oh no, wait, that's standard. Magnum is the one-hit kill. So that's a little bit unfortunate that happened to Peach. I'm gonna use Bowser to heal. This is why, even with Peach, I still have pick-me-ups just in case Peach goes down. Because if Peach goes down, there's no one to exactly heal her. So, oh yeah, you can cast Mute on the Breaker on Gunyulk, so you can't use Breaker Beam. I did not know that. I was looking at a guide and I actually discovered that. Good, more waves. I mean, I prefer that considering it does no damage and only casts silence, but still, it's like kind of a weird time for a rave. Get Peach in there since we don't need to heal. This is new. Also, I should point out that the health is shared between all forms of the head. So like, oh, he switched to a new head. That does not mean he gets a new HP bar. Same HP bar. So that is something good to keep in mind. Maybe this was the one that has the highest defense. It's either this or the treasure chest. One. It would've been funny if that was actually the hit that killed him. Again, this seems to be the form where you can do the most damage, so use it wisely. Thankfully, he attacks right before Peach, so I actually get a pretty easy turn for healing. On an off turn, we're gonna have to use some kind of item, like an ether, not an ether, but something akin to an ether. Don't remember what it's actually called in this game. Honey syrup, that's right. We're gonna have to use one of those probably turn after next, just because of getting really low on FP. A lot lower than I'd like to be at this point in the battle. This form seems to attack the most. I don't know if it's just me. But yeah, it's unfortunate that this battle is actually pretty standard. I recall seeing a speedrun at we just won. My body and head are burning. It's not possible. I don't believe it. I'm finished. Done for. No. And with that, we have the last star piece. Come on, Mario. Send the last one way up high. With that, our journey is over. Starbird has been restored, and now wishes can come true yet again. Thank you, everyone. As the Starbird is back to normal, and whoa. And with that, the game is finished. Wow. And as per usual, Luigi leads the parade. If you recall in Paper Mario, Luigi did the same, so that's another nod in Paper Mario to this game. Even though they weren't directly related, they still threw in plenty of little inside jokes and nods and stuff, so I appreciate that. Thousand Year Door, they have like a thing with silhouettes, so all the silhouettes of every character walk by. And Luigi's still leading that, even though it's technically not a parade per se. That's pretty cool. What to even say about the game now? It's definitely an experience, and for $8 you can't pass that up. Again, if you have a Wii, or Wii U that is, $8 isn't bad. If you have a SNES, then you're kind of out of luck. It's such a good game, and it's 20 years old. And I think the Japanese release is 20 years old as of this year, but next year it'll be 20 years old internationally. And by internationally, I mean America, because it took 15 years for it to come out in Europe. I'm sure it has to do with licensing. Ironically, Europe got the eShop version for the Wii U before we did. Also, this is a Wii thing, where if the controller goes to sleep, the screen goes black, so you kind of have to I don't know, hold it down. What I'd like to do during credits of games that are like old games like this on Wii is to just basically hold down a direction on the control stick, because that keeps it from going into sleep mode. Ha! I forgot to do that trick though until the screen went dark. It's definitely worthwhile. I will still defend Paper Mario over this game, even though I will admit this game is so surprisingly solid for a SNES game. But like Paper Mario, this was at the very end of the system's lifespan. That seems to be the pattern of the Mario RPG line, is that they always come out late, except Thousand Year Door, Sticker Star, and Super Paper Mario come out really early. But it looks like Color Smash will go back to that trend of late entry Mario RPGs for the console, if all the rumors floating around are true. But that's for another video. Or not at all, because it's all just rumors! Actually no, by the time this video comes out in late May, the NX might already have been totally leaked by now, for all I know. This is being recorded in March. So you probably know a lot more about the NX when you're watching this than when I did recording it, if that makes any sense. Ted Woolsey also was involved with the translation of Final Fantasy, the old Final Fantasies, and people don't like him. I recall him being responsible for lines such as "You Spoony Bard" and others from that era of Final Fantasy. So yeah, kind of not a great translator. But anyway, yeah, I do feel, as we're seeing Johnny roll by, that this game does have an issue with jumping the shark with their enemy designs. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It is definitely the most creative Mario RPG, as there is barely any Mario enemies towards the end game, other than Goombas and Koopas occasionally and Shy Guys. Most of the enemies are actually original. A lot of the characters are original too, like the Nimbus Land people and everything. Tetsuya Nomura and Nobuo Uematsu are both involved heavily in Final Fantasy, along with Hinobu Sakaguchi, who left Square Enix actually around the time of Final Fantasy XII. So that's generally considered why the series was kind of fudged after 12, because Hinobu Sakaguchi left. And then he made The Last Story, which is a game I personally hate, so way to trade up there. I know a lot of people love Last Story, I just couldn't get into it at all. That's a discussion for another time. Yeah, I just like this game so much. It's such a joy to play through it one more time. I'll probably play through it as long as my Wii U is still around. And with that, we are done. Not much in terms of closing thoughts, I know, but basically, closing thoughts is it was a really fun game to play through, other than some minor annoyances here and there. Mostly it's just nitpicky stuff, like it doesn't occasionally feel like a Mario game, but that's irrelevant, really. That's a very small thing and doesn't really impact the game that much, to be honest. And there's other little nitpicky things I could throw out, like, oh, some of the isometric platforming is kind of obnoxious and stuff, but the game is still like a good solid, like 9.5 to 10, somewhere in there. Like minor nitpicks, I mean, I will not say it's a perfect game, but I will say it's probably like a 10 out of 10. Just because it is so good. Again, it's not perfect, no game is, but it's like, along with like the first two Paper Marios, to me it's like the closest you can get to perfection in a game, feasibly. But we'll have to say more on the second Paper Mario for another time, because it's gonna be a while. Just saying, I'm gonna wait a while. It's gonna be like next year. Sorry, but basically I want to spread out the Mario RPGs, and I kind of want to go in the order that I played them. I think I already mentioned this before, but just to reiterate, I want to go in the order that I kind of played them. I jumped the shark. I'm not jumped the shark. I jumped ahead with Super Mario RPG basically because I want to. This game is generally sort of outdated. Technically, it's less high tech than the others basically. So I wanted to make sure I got this in before doing like Thousand Year Door, because then I'd just be complaining about how it's not Thousand Year Door basically. So I wanted to do as many of the Mario RPG. I wanted to do this in Paper Mario before the others, just because of them being older, not having aged perfectly. But this is close to aging perfectly as you can get within the medium, if you ask me. Next is probably Mario and Luigi, actually, Superstar Saga, but it's gonna be a while. I have a few Zelda projects in mind, and I have a few other little projects in mind, like Kirby and stuff. I know I've played 3 Kirby games already, but I just like the games. They're really underrated, if you ask me. But the next LP will be coming out tomorrow. We're not gonna waste any time because these are being recorded in bulk, so there's no delay. And there will probably be something, either Kirby or Zelda. I haven't made up my mind which yet, but something like that. So, thank you so much for watching this LP of Super Mario RPG. And I'm actually remembering that I just was wrong. It's actually not going to start tomorrow. It's going to start like 2 or 3 days from now because we still have bonus content to do. We still need to fight Helix and some other enemies too. So, forget what I said. Thank you for watching this episode of Super Mario RPG, and I hope to join me next time for some more Super Mario RPG.